morning, good morning. How is everybody today? It is a fabulous Monday morning, and we are going to do something a little bit different with one of our dips, and we are actually going to make, the recipe says scones, but I actually made them into biscuits this morning because, I don't know, you can cut your dough, whatever, or you could just use your scooper and make biscuits. So anyway, let's get started. And it's super easy. You're going to come into the Rustic patch and you're going to purchase one of our cheesy bacon dip mixes. And I believe they're $7.95. Then you're going to go to your pantry and you're going to get your flour, go to your refrigerator or pantry, and you're going to get your powdered baking powder, flour, refrigerator, your heavy whipping cream, and butter. That's it. Super easy. Okay, so here we go. So we're going to preheat the oven at 400 degrees, which we've already done that. You're going to get your whisk, and you are going to get your cup and a half. I've already pre-measured these out. So you have a cup and a half of flour. You're going to go ahead and set that in there, and you're going to need that cup for your whipping cream. And then you're going to get 2 teaspoons of baking powder and just shake that off till it's level. This is so easy, guys. It's so easy. And then you're going to go and set that off to the side. And then your recipe says to go ahead and add your dip mix. And this is your dip mix right in here. It's got all of your flavors and seasonings all in there. You're going to go ahead and put all that together. You can smell the cheese, you can smell the dried bacon, and you're going to whisk this, okay? This is the only time you're going to need this whisk. And then you're just going to set that off to the side. And then the recipe says to either cut or grate your butter. And I found out this morning, because I pre-made these this morning, it is so much easier to grate the butter, especially when you're going to make sure that this is fresh out of the refrigerator so it's cold. You don't want room temperature butter. You want to go ahead and have this one cold and just grate. And this is 4 tablespoons of butter. And use real butter, not margarine, not the imitation stuff. Get real butter. And you can tell this is set out a little bit, so it's a little softer. And don't grate your fingers, don't grate your fingernails, because trust me, I have done that enough that it's not any fun. Okay, so next thing you're gonna need is you're gonna go ahead and need that spatula that you're gonna mix all this together, take all that butter off of there, and then set that off to the side. Then the next thing you're gonna do is you're just gonna go ahead and you're just going to mix that a little bit here and there. And then you're going to take 1 cup of heavy whipping cream. And I have measured it, so we should have just about plenty. And then you're going to go ahead and you're just going to blend. And this would be nice if you got one of your little kiddos, and then you could be stirring that while you're adding your heavy whipping cream. And then you're just going to go ahead and keep folding this together. So you've got your cheesy bacon dip mix, you've got your cup and a half of flour, you've got 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 4 tablespoons of butter, and 1 cup of heavy whipping cream. And that is it. So just keep blending that. And then also, if you feel it's a little dry, just add a little bit more of your heavy whipping cream. That's really not going to hurt anything. Just don't add too much. Otherwise, it's going to get too liquidy and then it's not going to form. And then just keep blending. And that is about it. And I'm just going to add just a little bit because I have some dry right down in here. And I don't know, this recipe may be okay if you wanted to add some grated cheese to it. I think it would be fine. give it a little bit more of a yumminess to it. Perfect. Okay, that looks like a pretty good consistency. What do you guys think? And that's it. It's super, super easy. You can make it into scones, and then what the directions says for you to do is that you'll take this on some parchment paper, you'll roll it out, and then you will cut it. It says, then turn your dough onto your parchment paper on a lined baking sheet, form the dough into one thick disc and cut into even slices. Slice slices 2 inches apart on your baking sheet and bake for 20 minutes. Now, I will tell you, making this into biscuits, it was 15 minutes. And I have one of our handy dandy Pampered Chef scoopers is what I picked up. And you're gonna go ahead and lay your parchment paper down. And then you're just gonna take that and then just keep pushing to the side of your bowl till you get a flat consistency, and then drop. We'll see how many we're gonna make. My other one is in the oven. It's in the oven that is not on right now. So they are completed, and it was exactly 15 minutes for these to cook. Now, if you want to add some bacon, butter. We already have the bacon, got the butter, but cheese. Watch your timer, because it may take a little bit longer. But I was just, if you want to add some cheese to it, some extra cheese, because there's already dried cheese in here, I would get I would finely grate it and where it's not chunky. Then I'd have some room temperature butter, and I would, if it was me, I would cream a whole bunch of butter on it. I'm not a big butter person, but I do when I could have all that good stuff. Now I can still have butter. I just really don't like butter. I'll be honest with you. And my husband says I'm weird because I don't like bacon. I'm not a big bacon person. We grew up on a pig farm, and I'll be honest with you, we just had a lot of pork. So bacon is not on my #1 food chain for protein. I'd rather have some hamburger or a big old steak. This is the perfect consistency. I would say when you make these, I would definitely add a little bit more heavy whipping cream. Because with the first run I got, it was a little dry, and I added just a little bit more, but this one actually is even better, my second batch. So definitely add a little bit more whipping cream. And these are not going to expand much, so don't worry about any of that. Okay, so there they are on, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now you can make these into smaller ones if you want to. I thought these were about the size that you would get when you're at a restaurant. So those are done, so I'm gonna go and put these in the oven. There is the finished product right there. And we'll just take these, and I have let these already cool. And you can see they got nice and toasty on the bottom. And these were only 15 minutes in the oven. And this is you can come in and grab one of these dips, and it's something you could just have in your cupboard. Something quick, something easy, something a little bit different than just your normal biscuits. And that's it. And you could just see that they're nice, they're flaky, and it smells like bacon and cheese. So I would love to bite into this right now, so I'm sure it tastes amazing. We will go ahead and we'll leave these out today. So if you guys want to come into the Rustic Patch and try one of these, I will probably break it into maybe 4s and then put up our little 2-cup samplers. But it's a really super easy recipe, and I hope you guys come in today and purchase one of these. These would be fun to have if you're going to make chili for your Super Bowl party. So have these on to the side. These are a quick break. You got kids, they can make this up for you guys anytime. Okay, that is from our kitchen to yours. Happy biscuit eating. And like I said, get some room temperature butter and cream them babies up. Okay, talk to you guys later. Tammy says, good morning, going to have to come get some of those and make them. Yes, you are, Tammy. Hey, thanks for the stars. Okay, let's get a little close up. They're nice, they're toasted, they're brown on the bottom. And like I said, they break open very easily and they're ready to go. See you guys later. Have a great Monday.